Hello, my loves, and welcome to this week's readings. This is for the week of January 2nd, 2023, and this is going to be part 1. So here we're going to have Aries through Virgo. Part 2 will have Libra through Pisces. So you can watch for either your rising or your sun sign, whatever feels good to you, whatever you're drawn to, or you can watch for both. Doesn't really matter. Hope everyone is having a great start to the calendar year. I might pull an extra card for each sign, but I will do more of a New Year reading when we hit March 21st, since that's the beginning of Aries season in the astrological calendar, which is more of like a new beginning, fresh start. So don't put too much pressure on yourself if you're not feeling very motivated to start new things and new goals. And if you are, go with that energy. Nothing wrong with it at all. But let's get right into it. If you like what I do, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I also have more information on readings on my website and Instagram. So the light is a little bit aggressive in the studio today. We're going to do the best that we can. Let's jump right into it with Aries. See what Spirit has for Aries this week. What guidance, what messages does Aries need the week of January 2nd. Let's do one more shuffle. All right, what does Aries need this week? Let's see what we got going on. We have 5 obstacles and challenges. Oh shit, someone just flew out. 5 financial and material changes. And then 1, the base chakra. This one flew out at me. Okay, so I do see a lot of, well, obviously we have obstacles and challenges. So the obstacles and challenges that I'm seeing though are more so in your internal world, Aries. Just feeling like you're kind of like having a ton of mental conflict, you're having blockages, you're not sure exactly why they're coming up for you or why you're continuing patterns, you can't seem to find a way out. And Spirit is saying this week, look for guidance, look for a third party, look for someone outside of you to, you know, kind of coach, help, and mentor you through these emotions. Because I feel like you're getting stuck here and you're trying really hard, but you also have to try things differently. So be open to taking a different approach. Like I said, an outside perspective, leaning in and giving you some more options. You're going to have, I see in January, just like some internal struggles more than anything. Some of us, this could be around our health, and that might be physical or mental, emotional health, right? But it's about our inner world more than anything. The financial material changes I do see as a positive thing, coming into more money. You might be getting a promotion or a raise, and just feeling like you're moving in a different direction with your work, which is a positive thing for most of you. And then the base chakra, this is kind of at the root of the inner turmoil that I was talking about for you, Aries. So our base chakra is going to be our sense of security, our foundation, and also our familial relationships, right? So the family that we were born into and how that's impacted our sense of security and safety in the world. So be really mindful of creating that sense of safety within yourself this week, doing everything you can to ground down within yourself, bring yourself back to nature, make sure you're not disassociating, and like what habits you have that are bringing you closer to security and a foundation within yourself rather than away from it, right? Try to be really mindful of those things. And I'm going to pull an extra just for kind of the couple months ahead, beginning of the calendar year, so to speak. You have discontent and boredom. So I do see these changes that you're trying to implement taking quite some time to come forward for you. So be patient with these changes. This is like something you're trying to change, I feel like, on the surface, but it's going to be much deeper for you. You're going to have to go much deeper and be okay with like this period taking a bit longer than you'd like it to, but just know that like anything that's meant for you is going to happen, even if it takes quite some time, Aries. So definitely an interesting start of the year for you, as most of us, honestly. All right, next up we have Taurus. Let's see what Spirit has for Taurus this week, what guidance, what messages Taurus needs to hear. All right, little Taurus. Let's see. We have obstacles and challenges. The fuck? I swear I shuffled. 7, crown chakra, Taurus. And 2, spiritual union. Okay, I do actually see some division is being brought forward for me. So some of us can be splitting from a partnership that we've had a long time, relationship that we're in. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a romantic partnership, but a long-term relationship for us, since this is like all Taurus people. So it's kind of broad there, but having obstacles within this relationship and being like, why am I finding myself attracting these type of dynamics over and over again, right? This type of person over and over again, where I'm like wanting more from someone, but I'm also making excuses for their behavior, and then I come out not satisfied. And it's like, why are you not giving that love to yourself, right? Why are you not, and you're like overly tending to someone else who is not going to give that to you, and you're not even going to give it to yourself, right? Like, instead of putting that energy toward this person, and waiting for things to be better, you have to realize that they also have a choice to make changes, and they might not be, right? So to be really mindful of like, why do I keep continuing to give my energy to that instead of pouring it back into myself? Am I hoping that, you know, I'm showing up for people in a way I wish they would show up for me subconsciously? Like, you're not even realizing that. And my cat's trying to like bust through this or this separation right now. Crown chakra. So this week is gonna be really important, Taurus, for you to tap into your intuition, tap into your inner wisdom, calm your mind. Well, I hate saying calm your mind, because like people think you have to like literally clear your mind when you're meditating. What this means is find time in silence, find time away from everyone else's opinions, everyone else's commotion, and find time to just be alone with your thoughts. See what's coming up for you, see what your subconscious is playing for you, and try to connect deeper with spirit and be present with spirit. This card is a reminder. This fucking cat, stop. This card is a reminder that our relationships are mainly a mirror for us. That doesn't mean that these people are just like us, but that they mirror to us our traumas and our patterns and all these different things. And they are a chance for you to be able to heal, because you are forced to look at things rather than when you are single. So if you're wondering, why have I been in this particular relationship? Like, why am I being like punished? I'm hearing almost like you're playing a little bit into the victim mode. Like, am I being punished by being put through this relationship and put through these patterns over and over again? Like, why do I deserve this? And Spirit is like, get yourself out of that victim mode, because this is a beautiful learning experience if you can take it that way, and you don't have to stay stuck in it forever. All right, I'm going to pull for the next couple months, beginning of the year. Triumphant success. I love it. This is a 1-2. Okay. So kind of crossroads moment for me. Like I said, a lot of relationships splitting, coming to an end, or like complete closing out of karmic cycles, Taurus. So, you know, prepare, I don't want to say prepare yourself, but take the time you need to nurture yourself, slow down, because you will be having a lot of changes these upcoming months, and you kind of will be out of this period until spring, and like, you know, free from it. Because even if you leave the situation, you leave the person, whatever, there's still some healing that will have to be done on your end, Taurus. All right, loving these. And the light is so much less aggressive now. Holy shit. I really just didn't want to do this outside today. It's a little chilly. And I started the morning doing a polar plunge. I was like, I am sitting in my studio. Fuck that. But we're good now. I'm not blinded. All right, next up we have Gemini. Let's see what Spirit has for Gemini this week. What guidance, what messages for the week of January 2nd, 2023. All right, Gem. Ooh, big deck split. We have obstacles and just kidding. Movement, choices, and decisions, number 2. I just think that'd be funny, and I guarantee that card's coming up again today. 6, moving on, Gemini, holy shit. 21 universe. All right, Gemini, I see a big move for you. Some of us, this could be literally across country to another country, just a complete uproot, upheaval, something you've been thinking about for quite some time, and now shit is moving forward. You're like, holy crap, it's actually happening. I've been thinking about it, I've been talking about it, I've been maybe planning it, and here we go, right? So maybe some unexpected news comes for you this week. You get a chance opportunity for something career-wise. There will be something that comes into your existence that isn't necessarily created this week. So that doesn't mean that you haven't put the energy toward building this thing, but it kind of comes up for you and maybe is a little bit unexpected. Like I said, a new opportunity or someone reaching out to you that just like really propels this forward, right? I feel like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this to move forward, and now you're getting the chance for that to happen. You're almost going to have like multiple opportunities. So instead of feeling stuck, I don't know, what I'm going to do for here, what direction, now you have a couple different options. So it'll be a different type of overwhelm, because now you're like, oh shit, literally which route am I going to take? Because now I have a couple good options that I do see for myself. Moving on to is just overall leaving the past behind, leaving your limiting beliefs behind. I'm hearing staying small, victim mindset, all of that, really working on building that confidence in yourself and just ready to propel forward. There will still be some healing, obviously, that you continue as you literally move, but you're willing to take that leap of faith. You're willing to take a chance, and you know that you're going to be okay through that. We also have the universe card, so just a reminder that you are connected to everything around you, that you have this innate wisdom in yourself, and to not forget that. So if you start to feel stressed, overwhelmed, nervous about these giant changes and big leaps in your life, just remind yourself that you are part of everything around you, and everything around you is a reflection of what's within you, that this has been planned. Like, this is already something that's happening. You're already protected. You're already on the right path, Gemini. All right. And I'm going to pull for the new calendar year, next couple months, for rest and rejuvenation. Kind of funny because there's so much movement and things happening around you. So it's going to be really important to, 4 is a foundational number, to make sure that you're taking time in each day to check in with yourself, slow in, say, how am I feeling? What do I need in this moment? What is going to help me feel grounded through all of these transitions, right? Because no amount of anxiety is going to make these things any easier for you, but your anxiety is also something that you cannot ignore. It's just a reaction. It is your body trying to speak to you and talk to you. So don't ignore that, Gemini, as things unfold for you these next couple months. All right, I feel like I'm talking like 800 miles a minute when I do these. This is funny. Okay, next up we have Cancer. Let's see what guidance, what messages Spirit has for Cancer this week. What does Cancer need to know? All right, we have 4 authority. Ooh, I'm feeling some feisty energy, Cancer. 11 balance. And 3 partnerships and alliances. All right, Cancer. Heart energy is really at the forefront for me with this week. Feeling like you are being challenged, and a lot of you, I'm seeing family members, some work, but a lot being with family members, people that we have had conflict with for quite some time. I'm feeling you really have to like speak up and stand up for yourself right now. I got chills. So there's something that maybe has been left unsaid, or some unresolved conflict that you maybe just brushed under the rug or been more passive aggressive about, not really want to deal with. And this week you are going to kind of get the chance to be more firm for what you want, right? Really like speak what you need, speak your boundaries, speak what you deserve into the universe. And this could be directly to this person. This could be something that you're journaling and channeling and, deciding from here on out, I put my foot down. This is not the shit that I'm going to tolerate, and really putting that to action. But things need to be processed around this situation. I really feel like you haven't fully processed it. And in a way, it's like built walls around your heart and the way that you express yourself with other people. So it's definitely something you want to process. And this card, authority, too, we have the yellow solar plexus. So that is all around your self-worth. And this issue has really, I feel like now you're beginning to see, okay, my self-confidence has grown so much since this conflict started with this person, but you could just see where you were at before and how much you've poured into yourself and taking care of yourself. So really be sure that you are speaking up and speaking out. Very important thing this week too is making sure inner world is balanced. If you're feeling like your life is kind of chaotic all over the place, it's time to slow down. It's time to take inventory. It's time to make sure your inner world is balanced before anything else can even out for you, right? If you're very scattered, frazzled, frantic in your mind, it's not likely that your outer world is going to be calm and collected. So definitely something to look into. And I feel like you're gonna get a lot of support this week from friends more than anything. So this conflict that's been like weighing on you and unresolved, once you can kind of move through these emotions, you're going to feel so much more supported. And this is like from spirit too, which normally doesn't come forward for me in this card. This is more of like spirit showing like I have your back, and you're listening to your intuition and you're listening to where I'm guiding you, and you will be rewarded for that. So definitely something to take away for this week. I'm going to pull to a card for the beginning of the year, next couple months. Another triumphant success. I absolutely love this. Number one, like I said, being at a crossroads now, trying to decide which way to go. So like I said, this could be about this conversation, this person, this conflict that you've had for quite some time, trying to figure out what direction you want to take. And like I said, this speak up, speak your truth. Also be mindful of the energy that you are putting out there, right? The karma that you're putting out there, and fight for the life that you want. I like it. That one's nice. You're getting a little feisty Cancer. All right, next up we have Leo. Let's see what Spirit has for Leo this week. Our fire sign. What guidance does Leo need for the week of January 2nd? What messages? All right, Leo. We have 28 truth, and then 3 solar plexus, and then 13 transformation. All right, I'm getting a lot of familial energy again. I guess it's not completely surprising with the time of year. With the truth card, I am seeing you just kind of taking inventory of your life overall, of how you've gotten to this point and all of the healing that you've done and the way that you've like carved your own path. I'm hearing like almost rebellious, like pushing against the things that your family normalized or wanted or everyone else was doing in your family, and really making sure to carve your own path. So truth card is asking you to look at the entirety of a situation. I feel like there's still some bitterness that you're holding on to toward your family, toward I feel like their perspective toward you and how they treat you. So there's definitely some deeper layer here for you. I don't know if you do breath work, Leo, but that would be a great way to connect and dive a little bit deeper here and see, that I just feel like there needs to be more acceptance, almost like shadow work, right? More acceptance into just like how these people are. It doesn't mean you have to like give them more access to you, but just accept that like maybe they're this way because XYZ, and it's not really about me, even though it's totally fucking affected me. So there are multiple truths that can exist at the same time, and that polarity can be overwhelming, but it can also kind of give you grace to let go, to move on. It's something you don't need to carry, Leo, even though it definitely has affected you. I'm not saying that, but this will help you and move forward with feeling confident and how you want to vocalize yourself in the world. I do see you speaking up and out more. I don't know if some of you are writers, maybe you're writing a book, you are getting your voice out there, but I don't necessarily see it as a speaking platform. I am seeing writing coming up through your words, however that feels for you. You are sharing more of your experience, and it is a big transformative time for you. You are someone who likes to be in the spotlight anyways, but finding different ways that you want to present yourself in a more mature way, I'm hearing. All right, I'm going to pull your card for the beginning of this year. 9, suffering in silence, Leo. All right, so let's be sure that I'm hearing like a giggle, which is weird. So let's be sure that we're not kind of just like laughing through our problems. Like if you genuinely need help and you need someone to listen and just be there and be present for you, make sure you are actually vocalizing that. 9, 2 is about endings. We also have the solar plexus glaring right in the back of this. So it's important to, you know, not always be so strong for everyone else. Like you need support too, Leo. You need that. So don't shut yourself out. It's going to be really important for you these upcoming months to make sure you're being honest when you do need support, help. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And ask for what you need. There's no shame there. Just because you're loyal to everyone else doesn't mean you don't deserve it back. All right. Last but not least, for part 1, we have Virgo. Demi. Let's see what Virgo needs this week. What guidance, what messages. I normally like pull some cards for myself too right before this, but I did not. So probably at the end. But anyways, not about me. All Virgos in general. Spirit. What do Virgos need? Ooh, I'm feeling something. 2, intuition. 5, emotional loss, as I'm rubbing my grief point. Great, thank you so much. And 8, emotional withdrawal. All right, Virgo is hermit mode activated this week. You have a ton of blue coming through these cards. Throat chakra activation. You are being called inward by your guides. You are also in your grief right now. Some of you might be experiencing a physical loss, someone passing on to the spirit realm. And just feeling the weight of that. You are tired. You are drawn out, Virgo. You are very loving and giving, and that hasn't always been reciprocated for you. So you really need to give yourself space and time. Yeah, with the emotional loss, like I was saying, someone kind of passing on to the spirit realm that's been on your mind lately. This grief is definitely something that's going to transform you in so many ways. And this will be a person you will be able to connect with spiritually as time goes on. But right now it's about tending to yourself. You have 8, emotional withdrawal. So taking time to break away, to do what feels good, to process. You're processing now more than anything. You know you have support. You know you have different outlets for this, but the best way to get through this is kind of just taking your space and letting yourself work through these things. I see a lot of you journaling, Virgo, having some sort of expressive outlet for this. This could be, like in my case, I would be painting, right? I might write a little bit, but whatever feels expressive to you and almost like meditative through action, okay? That's going to be important at this time. And to tap into your intuition, tap into your connection to spirit. It's going to help you through these hard times because things are going to be a little bit heavy for you coming up. All right, let's pull our card for the beginning of the year, next couple months. Third eye chakra, baby. Seeing all things that are unseen. So again, this just goes with the fucking intuition card. Trusting your intuition above all. There are going to be some people around you that are also dealing with grief, and emotions will be high, emotions will be tested. You have to protect yourself at all costs right now, but also like solidify that connection with spirit more than anything. It's how you're going to get through this. It's how you're going to remain strong, and you're not really scared to deal with these big emotions, Virgo. So, you know, that is a strong suit of yours. Definitely make sure that you are continuing to move through them. Definitely, I feel like you're going to be like a butterfly after this. You're really bursting through that cocoon. Oh, I was going to shuffle, but that is it for part 1. If you liked my readings, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will be back next week, like I said, for next week's readings, obviously. But if you are looking for the other signs, be sure to check out my part 2 video. Otherwise, I will see y'all next week. Take care.